So to make your life easy on how to report that, this is like 3.5 hour worth of meeting that you have. What you would do is put, for example, from 2 to 3 p.m., 12 to 3:30 p.m. That's your 3.5 hours instead of putting different, because the form will not let you put more than one. I mean, it will let you put more than one, but when I receive it, I won't be able to see all the time. So, but when you do that, make sure that it's not a time when you're supposed to have class or when you're supposed to be working elsewhere. Because HR is going to be like, is it the flash? How can you be at 2 places at the same time? Like, you working, but you in class? You working with Impact, but you working with ISSO? Yes. Yes. You can, good point. If your class cancel and then you want to work, I mean, they see that on 21st on the end. They see that the class was canceled. What we don't want HR to see any conflicts. Make sure that anytime that you put is not a time when you're supposed to do something else. Let it be work or class. So the time in and time out that you put needs to match the total hours. Because, for example, if you put 12 to 6 hours, and let's assume that I don't correct that and it goes like that, they will pay you from 12 to 6 hours and they will deduct an hour break. And then that's the break, the thing. Teresa mentioned it. If you work more than 6 hours, you have to take an hour break. If you work up to 5.5 hours, you have to take 30 minutes break. If you don't deduct it, they will deduct it. So don't come and be like this. I put 7 hours and I put 7 hours, but I don't pay for 6. Did you deduct your break when you put 7 hours? Oh no, I forgot now. Do that to side. Because they will deduct it. With HR, don't blame.
Fatuma?
For example, that scenario, we have a class from 1:30 to 2:30. Okay. So what can we put in the time sheet? So we can push 12 to 3:30.
Great question. You can put on another day on your timesheet that you don't have class. They're not gonna check to see if, like, the only thing they're gonna cross it against will be your schedule, the class schedule, or your work schedule if you work somewhere else. So even if you put on Saturday, because you can put time on Saturday, even if you put on Saturday, that's fine. As long as there's no conflict with work or school, you can put, in this case, you can put 2 hours on Wednesday, and then the 1.5 hour, you put it on another day. As long as you don't have class or work on that day. And make sure that if it's a day when the college is closed, you don't put time, you don't put your hours on that day, because what they're going to do? What are they going to do?
But I get no pay.
You don't get paid?
Won't they also flag it?
No, they're not even gonna bother. They're just not going to pay you. Then you're gonna be like, wait, I put time for Monday or Labor Day. College is full, nobody was supposed to work. You can work that day because, you know, the other days is your work, the other days is your class. So if that's the only free day that you and your mentee have, and then you guys mix that day, that's your choice. I don't work. Who sent me an email on the long weekend? I responded to you Tuesday at 9 a.m. I do not work weekends in my study time. Grad school is kicking my ass. Sorry for my language, but I can't. That Saturday weekends is my study time, and I don't work on holidays. That's your choice. If you want to work on holidays, it's fine by me and by Denise. But make sure that when you report those hours, you don't put it there, because HR will not pay you. They're not even gonna ask me why this person has a time on that day. They're not gonna pay you.
When the college is closed and there is a legal holiday, no work should be taking place. I'm not saying that Fatuma and I are telling you to work illegally when the college is closed. However, having said that, Some of you are not American people. You are immigrants, and the holiday may not be your holiday. If you and your mentee only have a convenient time, which is what Fatuma was trying to say to you about meeting on a Sunday, meeting on a Monday, but the college is closed, and you decide you're going to stick to your meeting schedule, we are okay with you maintaining that routine if it is mutually agreed upon between you and your mentee, and you let us know that, or your super peer knows that. And then you can report it on a different time because the college will deduct it. Okay. I know that sounds complicated and maybe unnecessarily so, but you walking away from this discussion hearing it's okay to work when the college closed, just sort of put your time whenever you want, is not at all what we are saying. We will not. We will go to great pains to double check your timesheet. And I think you got that sense from Fatuma. We don't play with this stuff. We will document every cross check that we have to make sure that the hours you say you're working, that we need to stand behind and say you're getting paid for, are the hours you actually work. So to Daisy's point, what if I don't take lunch? What if I don't want lunch? I don't eat lunch. Legally, if you work 6 hours, you must take a break. Legally, you're entitled to take a break. If you choose to work anyway, that's on you. But the college is going to deduct the hour or the half hour. So that's why we're saying to you, don't lose that hour if you didn't take the break, but you're going to have to adjust it on your timesheet.
So as far as work hours, your personal action form says the amount of hours that you worked. For, as we mentioned during interviews and the meetings with me and Denise, mentors are allowed to work 8 hours. If you have additional tasks in the team, then you will be granted more hours. If you outreach, you get more hours. If you data, you get more hours. But for mentoring, it's 8 hours. For work study, they are aware that about the same, because when you look at our application in the system, that's what you mentioned. There is always a possibility to do more hours. But don't go rogue and decide this week I'm doing 10 hours. Because if it's not justified, because Dean has to approve it, you have to go through me, Dean, because I don't want to submit a timesheet. And then you ended up you're not getting paid for hours that you worked. Because what HR is going to see your personal action form signed by Denise and Dean, that says 8 hours. They're not gonna send me an email asking me why is there 10 hours. They will go back the 8 hours, because that's like your contract. It says how many hours you're allowed to work. If there is any additional, like say we have an event and you are going to go over, or you know that you're going to go over, let me know so I can get the hours approved by Dean. Dean will always have our back, but it needs to be done in a proper way. If you like at the beginning, if you know that like if for some reason your mentees are not getting back to you, or you don't have mentee, or you're waiting for data to assign your mentee, and you're not able to do your 8 hours, reach out to me or outreach. There might be events going on. For example, we have this ISS, we have the tabling starting from the 25th. I send out the link. If you were not able to edit the document, then send me a reminder message with the day that you want to help, and I will add you in the document, because the document was created by Dean. I guess he just gave me access, I don't know. So we have events like that on campus. We are one of the few units to still have college assistants. So like we mentioned, there will be opportunity for you to make your hours or more. So for example, right now you're not gonna have mentees at the end of this week. So this is a way for you to actually get some hours. We're going to have the whole ISSO, the international student from Bangladesh coming up. If you were interested in the international student and interested in health, that's a way for you to make your hours. Mental health ambassador, that's a way for you to make your hours. Cultural ambassador, that's a way for you to make hours. But you need to come to me and tell me I need more hours. I'm not gonna go to you and be like, oh, you're working too many 1 hours. Do you want more hours? That's the decision that this committee, you want more money? I mean, my money is in my pocket. So, I don't know if you want. Is the same question? Okay, okay. So, oh yeah, it was the answer. So the deadline will be, I forget to change it, but it will be 6 p.m. because we will have Friday circle until 5. So I will push back the deadline to 6 p.m. I send every week the Dropbox link to the preferred email. So if you want to change your email now, make sure you notify me. Like Jelly told me, don't use this one, use this one. Make sure, because I will send it, I'm not gonna check who received it. It's a mailing, I sent. So make sure that if by Thursday you don't get the link, after you check your junk, you check your mail, you check your other mail, email, reach out to me, I'll send you the link. The link closes at 6:01. Unless you send me an email, you talk to me and you tell me I won't be able to submit my timesheet on time. Because what is the term that Denise use all the time? Professional courtesy. It's something that we want you to learn now. It's being respectful of your time. I'm gonna always be respectful of your time, be respectful of my time and Victoria's time. Because we have other things going on besides impact. And I'm a Sagittarius, I'm a planner. I wake up in the morning, my day is planned. So if I know that Friday I clock out at 5, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you about your time sheet. If I'm not being on time. Obviously, emergency happens. You know, like you might have to run here, taking care of the siblings or this and that and the third. As long as we are notified, we good. But that don't happen often. In general, I guess people want to be paid on time, so they have to be action on time. Like I mentioned, in case of late time sheets, emergency submission, or incapacity of submitting, just reach out to me and Victoria. So how will we divided the timekeeping? Everyone that will be under CT, I will be a direct timekeeper. And I don't want to dump it on her, but everybody else is Victoria. So if you haven't been notified or you have been confirmed that you're going to be CT, I will be your timekeeper. Everybody else, if you have any questions, Victoria. So like I mentioned, if you need to work on the Saturday, but you know the deadline is Friday, make sure you reach out to me or reach out to Victoria. So perfect example, like when you submit your Spark proof or your, like Audra said, you're gonna put your first, last name, and then whatever documents it is. For example, like she said, you put Audra Bennett, week 5. Office hours. I'm not gonna say that I'm available every time, but I'm available every time I'm supposed to work. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm in the office. Tuesday and Thursday, I leave by 4:30 because I have to run and sit in class from 6 to 9. But Wednesday, I'm in until 5. And my remote days are Monday and Friday. But Monday, you don't wanna, you're not gonna get an answer Monday. Because I block everything so I can focus on timekeeping, so everybody gets paid on time and everybody gets the right amount of hours. Even Denise knows, if we want to chat in the afternoon, I should be done because it takes me the whole morning. In the afternoon, towards like the end of the day, I might be available because the thing is that every other week I have different source of funding to do. So I might have this Monday only tax levy, but then next week, RF, tax levy, work study to verify into input. So Monday is, even if you go on Clockify, I'm not available Monday, it's closed. Friday, we have the circle. So if you wanna catch me in between the circle, fine, but I'm not on campus on Friday. As I mentioned, I don't work on weekends. This is boundaries that I have to set for myself and for people, because if I don't organize myself like that, my life will be chaotic, because I have school, I have a retired mother to take care of, I have work, I have other stuff to do. I have a candle business to handle, and I do that on weekends. So if you send me an email, message on the weekend, and I don't respond to you right away, please don't be understanding. Please understand me, sorry. I will get back to you as soon as I can. If it's an emergency and I see, I don't think of that. But if it's something that can wait Monday or Tuesday, I'll get back to you Monday or Tuesday. I snooze notifications. Even Denise, I do that. And I'll let her know when I need time to focus on stuff, personal life. Because if you reach out to me and say, I'm dealing with some stuff, I'm not gonna bother you. Same, Tiana, if Tiana was here, she would tell you. If I know she's busy, she's not working, I'm not gonna ask her to do something during that time. Because that's how much I value your time, I respect it. And I'm expecting the same thing in return. That doesn't mean I'm not flexible. Right now. And Victoria is available online on Monday and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So in person, she will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.